Yo guys, welcome to the Blue Podcast. This is the Purple Show. Today with me, Tom, Ben, and Fab. How you boys doing?
Good, thanks.
Very good, thank you.
It's been a long while, hasn't it, boys? Last time we uploaded was the 16th of May. I think this is being uploaded on the 25th of July.
Time flies.
Yeah, it does. We've been busy. We've been busy people. But no, it's nice to get this back up and running.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you finished uni and you've gone working at your dad's school, and Fab's up a placement, so you're busy. You're busy people. A lot busier than me, anyway.
How's your placement treating you, Fab?
Good, not too bad. Obviously, all top secret, and if I did say anyone, I would have to kill them. But apart from that, going well. I can tell you I built a desk. That's about it.
Well done.
Everything else, top secret. Also getting paid loads and loads of money, like way more than any other placement person gets, like almost £8
almost
a day. It's all going to fund my golf. I mean football.
Yeah, well, we were just talking about the driving range just before we started recording. Me and Fab have got a little bit of we're missing it now that we're home. Obviously, we have a driving range nearby. We're at university in Swansea.
Yeah, you just got to be careful. There's lots of innuendos when you talk about golf.
Yeah, well, we'll be careful not to say those then.
Just want to smack some.
Yeah. Anyway, before we get into the podcast, please do make sure to subscribe if you're new around here and like the video. It really, really does help us out. We want to try and get 900 subs by the end of August. That's our plan.
Did you see that before he said that? He was like, press the banner button.
Press it so as the banner comes up. Hey, I'm learning about StreamYard, guys. I'm having some fun. Like, actually, I think I've got the wrong banner up. Thank you for watching the Purple Show. Oh no!
Which banner did you have up?
So the first one I had, thank you for watching the Blue Podcast, and this one is thank you for watching the Purple Show. Yeah, I'm learning.
Schoolboy error.
Well, we might as well just start again now at this point.
It's only 2 minutes.
I'm messing.
We actually haven't done a Purple Show since the unfortunate loss against Italy. Where were each of you for that? Go on, Ben.
Can I go first?
Yeah, go on.
I was just at home. Just watching it unfold with my dad.
Oh yeah, but you're not Italian, so you were sat there just like chilling. Either team wins, I'm happy.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But
I'll be honest with you, Ben. If you tried to pull that shit in Huddersfield, like I almost got mugged for looking like having the name Fabian. Like it sounds a little bit Italian. Like there were people getting antsy with me. Proper care around it. Obviously, that behaviour is absolutely disgraceful, racist, and all that whatnot. But it really put a T on it when someone drove like a Lamborghini through London. And
I got yeah, no, that was. I mean,
by us, but there you go.
Yeah, it did, and obviously, like the actions of English fans on social media. Not even just in football afterwards. I mean, recently in the F1 as well, have been shocking. Hamilton has been received a lot of racial abuse, as well as the 3 guys that missed their penalties. Was it a mistake for Southgate to put Saka 5th? Do you guys think?
Absolutely. Like, and this is coming from a fairly neutral point of view as well. Well, no, it is fairly neutral because, like, you know,
you'd rather England would win.
What?
You'd rather England would win, really, don't you?
I'm not fussed.
You'd rather England would win.
I'm happy either way. but yeah, no, it like there's already. I mean, first of all, it's penalties. There's already pressure, but then to bring them on at the end of extra time and say, "Go on, then, go score as a pen." That's
No,
even
I
more
don't think
pressure.
I don't think the Rashford and Sancho was a bad choice. I think it was just the second one because Rashford and Sancho's penalty percentages are the second and third best in the team.
Absolutely, like they are. Obviously, you want your best penalty takers on the penalties, but you want them to also be playing the match. So you need to choose your best penalty takers who are currently on the pitch. If you're going to bring on those players, bring them on at the start of extra time to get them into the flow of the game, get them into the feel of the game. So then when they get to the penalties, they're in it. Like they're coming in cold, doing it. If you bring them on at the end of the extra time, and it's not fair, really. I mean, the way that they took the penalties is another thing. I don't like it when players stutters because it upsets the rhythm and it makes the penalty even harder. I think personally, anyway. But like you say, Rashford, especially Rashford, he usually just absolutely destroys it into the net. But it's unfair for him really because he was coming in cold. But for all three.
It was very close as well. I mean, the fact that he hit the post is just sent Donnarumma the wrong way, and then hit the post does show how close of a game it really was. How did you feel, Fab, after the game or during it even?
Probably like any England fan, really. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that Pickford save, that last minute Pickford save. I can't remember who was shooting, but
Jorginho.
The Jorginho
bouncing after that save.
When I saw that, I was confident. I was like dead set. We're gonna win the Euros. This is gonna be the best night of our lives. Like, I think everyone felt the same, and obviously it didn't work out. And it was a bit of a punch in the gut, really, for the players.
I mean, I think. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna say, yeah. No, plenty of rude Italian chants now, though, on the plus side.
We'll have none of that on here. But I mean, if anything, I mean, I think I've said it before, but I know you want to score any time in a match, but if anything, they scored too early. It was almost a carbon copy of the Croatia match, because they scored that goal and they sat back, and England can't afford to do that. England's defence was obviously good in the tournament, but it's still by far the weakest part of the team. So they can't afford to sit back and defend.
I feel like we didn't quite sit back straight away, though. Ben's glitching.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're all good.
Yeah. No, we didn't sit back straight away, but pretty soon it changed the mentality.
Half-time changed massively.
It's Italy. They can afford to do that. Their defense is good enough. They get a goal, and they can defend that lead. That's what they do. Like, that's what they're built to do. But England, they're not. And just as like you say, as the first half went on, later in the first half, Italy started to let Italy, get that rhythm, get that possession, get that momentum, and then after half time it continued and they started to sort of, I mean, England didn't do anything for the second half, because Italy had them pinned back. So and then with his substitutions, he only reacted after Italy had scored. And they started to get a little bit more on the front foot, but it still wasn't enough. And by that time, Italy were already had the in the ascendancy, had the momentum behind them. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't particularly want to dwell on the Euros too much because one brings back bad memories, good memories, but bad memory at the end, and two, it was a while ago in terms of content, so we want to start talking about some current transfers. Fab, what's been happening on the Liverpool scene? I heard today that you actually sold sold Klopp's first ever signing.
Oh yeah, Marco Gruch.
Yes.
Never liked him really. Bit of a tosser. Yeah, no, he's just one of those ones where I never remember seeing him play that well. So if he hasn't played first team football for us for that long, then I'm kind of glad he's got first team football somewhere else, and we got a good chunk of change for him as well. I hope we made our money back, but I don't think we did. But it was so long ago now. I don't think anyone really gives a shit. Just trying to think, and well, we got Kanate in, obviously. I'll be honest, I wasn't that hyped about it. I think there's other centre backs in the market. I think Arsenal getting Ben Davies is pretty big. I would have personally preferred Ben Davies.
Oh, Ben White.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
No, we do actually have a defender called Ben Davies. He actually played his first friendly. Played in a friendly today, but he's going straight on loan to Norwich. He's the one we signed in January, so I'm getting. Yeah, the Ben White to Arsenal. That's a bit of a steal in my opinion. But yeah, Kanate, gonna see what he comes out with, but
Kanate's a big one, no?
Yeah, it's a step in the right direction, but you've got Gomez and Van Dijk coming back. That's like two new signings in themselves, really. So I think Milner's probably got one more season to cover it right back for Trent. You got Rob Burns, Mikas at left back. I'd be looking in other areas really to improve.
What areas would you be looking at then, Fab?
Well, we just lost Wijnaldum. Well, we didn't just lose him, but he's cycling to Paris as we speak. That's on his Instagram earlier today. A bit depressing. But yeah, no, he's off. Thiago had an okay Euros. Didn't play as much as I think he would have hoped for Spain.
Yeah, I don't think he played too much.
Yeah, so not a great Euros campaign for him. Hendo looked good, but there's some contract issues that popped up.
Contract issues, yeah. Do you think he'll go?
No, not a chance. I think he's stirring the pot a little bit, but I think Henderson knows, like, if he leaves Liverpool now, he's going to get. Well, I'm not going to say anything controversial here, but
the Gerrard 2.0 would happen when he was going to go to Chelsea, basically.
Yeah, he's just not going anywhere. You can't be like Liverpool captain and dot off like that for no like valid reason. Like what is it?
More money, basically, you know.
It's more money, but is he really gonna like who would give him a high wage right now? Bayern Munich, PSG, none of the Spanish teams really.
I don't think any of the English teams would sign him either.
No one in the PL would sign him. So it's one of those things where, like, where's he going to go? I think he's just stalling. He wants to get, a bit of an extra squeeze from the owners, which is completely fine. I'm sure a lot of, club legends have done the same thing. They deserve recognition, and he is our captain. So, in some ways he should be on the same page as, Salah Mane in terms of pay. Whether the owners will actually give it to him, I don't know. But to be fair, he's getting old now. So,
how old is he now, roughly?
He's 30 now, I think. 30, 31. I know players like him can go on for a bit longer, but it's never the Liverpool way. Once they're past 30, they're gone. That's why it's
unless they're James Milner.
Yeah, he's the one exception. But they were talking about it today actually as well, because the Salah, Firmino, Mane contract situation, all the same age, all similar contracts. Out of contract 2022, so
next season
2023. Okay. So we got 2 seasons. I'm pretty sure it's 2 seasons. So you're possibly looking at maybe you sell one this summer, get a bit of cash flow, break up that front 3 that that like becomes stale almost, and get some younger younger players in, and then maybe another one the following season, and maybe you keep someone like Firmino, who's probably got a couple more years, but he doesn't rely on his pace so much.
Yeah.
A couple more seasons as well, maybe a contract extension. You're just looking at those, but I don't think we're going to win the Prem unless you're signing. You've got to make some attacking signings this summer.
And a midfielder, you'd say as well?
And a midfielder. I'd say you don't want an extra winger. Someone, I don't think we're going to go in for him, but someone on the standard of Sarr, a young quality winger that can bring a bit of life into a game, even if he just comes on as a substitute and doesn't start, just bring a bit extra. Exactly the same thing Jota did for us at the start of last season. Just add a bit of spice, and then anyone to replace Wijnaldum, essentially.
Who would you like to replace Wijnaldum?
Because
I know Sal Niguez. Yeah. You're linked with him. I know that, and I think we're looking at him as well. Do you think he'd be quite a good signing for you?
To be honest. So Sal Niguez, how old is he?
I don't even think he's like 26, 27.
Like mid-20s, but he's I think Atletico and Barca are in talks, aren't they, over a swap deal between him and Griezmann?
Yeah, he's 26 years old.
Yeah, I don't know. I know there's lots of different midfielders, but Wijnaldum's really hard to replace. Like, you can find a good bog standard young winger quite easily these days. Just, bit of hype around them, and that's it. They're off. But a working class midfielder who's got good feet and can, score when you need him to. It's a pretty tough one, to be honest. I don't think anyone young is going to do the same job he did either. But then, that's also saying we also have a lot of midfield at the moment, kind of excess. You've got, obviously Henderson and Fabinho, two good holding midfielders. Whether you need another one, you want Thiago getting more game time. And then you've got like Keita, the Ox, players like that are just kind of waiting to be given another chance. So, maybe you can get away with not bringing anyone in and, floating the boat a little bit. But, you've got to be looking long term. I'd say bring someone young into midfield, bring someone young into the front three, and pray. I don't think we've got that much funds either because of COVID. So it's just scraps, really.
Fair enough. Well, that's Liverpool covered. Ben, with City, what's happening on the that side of Manchester?
Well, there's obviously the Kane and Grealish stuff.
Oh yeah, poor you.
That's such a shame for you.
Yeah.
So down.
I still. Sorry. What's that?
Only Kane and Grealish.
Oh yeah. No, I can't.
You sounded so down about it. Like you're like, yeah, well, only Kane and Grealish. Like,
So Tom, I'd like to bring up. Sorry to interrupt. You put a tweet out saying, "Oh, who should Chelsea sign?" I don't remember who they were. They were just like mega top, like all-star players, 100 million minimum each. And I just wanted to click the none of them option, and there wasn't one there, so I didn't vote.
No, I said who's a must sign for Chelsea. It was
who's a must sign. Do you need to sign Erling Haaland for 100 million?
Yeah,
150.
150 mil.
Crazy.
Well, you could have just commented none of them. I know someone else did.
Yeah, I like their comment, I think.
Well, we got 62 votes on that. In last place for who is a must sign for Chelsea with 6% was Declan Rice. In fourth place with 13% was Harry Kane. With quite a high number of votes, but not quite the first place, Lewandowski with 23%, and then 58% of the 62 votes said Haaland is a must sign for Chelsea. I mean, they're not wrong. I completely agree with them. If we get Haaland, I'd say we have. If City get Kane and Grealish, we have to get Haaland.
I'd say vice versa. If you get Haaland, we have to get Kane.
That's what I'm saying. It's the same view from both parties, isn't it?
Yeah.
You guys get Kane, we get Mbappe. So who's happy now?
Well, I don't think Mbappe is going to leave PSG after the signings they've made. Actually, yeah, let's talk about that.
What's up in that?
The PSG signings, the free signings, and all that kind of stuff.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
Donnarumma, Ramos, Wijnaldum, their team that they could be lining up with next season's ridiculous.
It's like, I mean, similar with some of Barca's free signings, Aguero, Depay, like quality players.
I've seen so many of those memes where it's like the three signings that each PSG and Barcelona have made, and then it's like Kong versus Godzilla, the Barcelona and PSG battle of like signings.
It's been like that for a while though, but both PSG and Barca have always been stacked. It almost feels like they're just indirectly swapping players sometimes.
True.
I'm not too worried about that. I feel like free signings are kind of like there's a reason they're going on a free a lot of the time. The club will.
It's an age thing, normally, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's happened with Juventus. Perfect example is Juventus. Like, back in the day, Juventus were known for it. There was that season they got, 5 or 6 really quality. Emre Can from Liverpool went there on a free transfer, and he's really shit now. By the way, just in case anyone was wondering, worse than Coutinho, bad. But anyway, all those like aging transfers that like get your wage bill up and kind of knock the younger players down a notch. Players like Diabalo have struggled now because they've got all these older stars, coming back to the club or into the club, and just stealing the starlight a little bit. Liverpool would never be able to do something like that because they're constantly refreshing these new young players into the team. And you see a club like PSG, but they're not going to have any youth in their team.
Yeah, I mean, Donnarumma's a little bit different in the sense that he is young, but he was just moving because he wanted more money, and Real is his agent, so he's gone.
Yeah.
That is fair. Like, I think anyone would want Donnarumma, especially after his Euro performance. I still think Pickford deserved the Golden Glove, or
he did. He got it.
Or the team of the tournament. I still think, I wouldn't say in the final. If you're just looking at the final, I wouldn't say between Pickford and Donnarumma. I think they both had class games. Both made really important saves. I wouldn't put one over the other really. Even though one of them won the shootout, I'm pretty sure Pickford made more saves. Is that right? No, maybe not.
I think he made the same amount of saves.
I mean, even then, you usually expect the keeper who gets the Golden Glove to be in the team of the tournament.
And up until then, like Italy conceded quite a few in the.
Didn't Donnarumma get player of the tournament?
Player of the tournament, yeah.
Yeah.
Did he actually?
He played well, but I would have given it Chiesa.
I think give it Chiesa or Jorginho, to be fair.
Yeah.
He's Jorginho for Ballon d'Or?
I know.
No. You're taking the piss.
Have you seen like these things that everyone's putting out with his stats in terms of Champions League and Euros? He's like number 1 on so many, like number 1 or 2 on so many stats.
Yeah, but Tom, don't lie. You play him every week, and every time you see him in the Chelsea team sheet, you're like, oh, I can't. Why is he playing Jorginho? Why is he?
I absolutely can't stand the bloke. But it's the Modric effect. It's how Modric won the Ballon d'Or when he was won the Champions League with Croatia. Champions League with Real Madrid, and then got to the final with Croatia. He won it on stats.
Messi's just won the Coppa.
I know.
I'm afraid that's
like, Messi could have got like 10 goals this season. He'd still win the Ballon d'Or.
What did you see the stats of
that comparison?
Comparison of the Euros was like lots of different people had like top goals, assists, whatever. Went to the Copa America, all Messi.
Yeah.
All of them.
I think that'll do it for him, to be honest.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
I think you've got to enjoy watching Messi for the last couple of seasons now.
Yeah, I'm happy he's got that Coppa because he's got rid of he's got no international trophy sort of part of the debate, which is good. I don't know, I'm a bit of a Messi fan, myself.
But, you've never mentioned that one before, then.
Never mentioned that one before. But yeah, I mean, what was it? Oh, we were talking about City, weren't we?
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, I mean, I still can't see Kane happening. I can't see him let Levy or Levy letting him go. I think Grealish is the more likely of the two. I've said that before, but even that's coming out that he might be having second thoughts about it.
The problem with Kane and Grealish is they're both club players. That you think of Spurs, you think of Kane. You think of Aston Villa, you think of Grealish.
Yeah.
Like, I know Villa fans. If you mention Grealish going to some another club, they would like have a meltdown. They're literally, they're club player, and so to try and get a transfer like that, you're gonna have to make up for that either in funding or
Yeah, well, I mean,
placement.
Yeah, I mean, like I think I said it on the previous podcast. I think there are 3 players that are looking like they could go. I don't know if they definitely will, but like Bernardo Silva's been linked with like Barca and Atletico. Laporte's been linked with Barca, and Jesus has been linked with Juve. So those will be where the funds come from.
Yeah.
I don't want Bernardo or Laporte to go really, but if they want to go, because apparently Bernardo's fed up of England and he's fed up of not playing in the same position every week. Laporte wants more game time. Like if they want to go, then that's fine.
You've got to be careful. You don't want to fall in the trap of letting too many centre backs go.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Fab knows not to lose.
Yeah. Well, you can do that if you want to, but don't say I didn't.
Don't say he didn't warn you.
Diaz injured for 6 months at the start of the season straight away.
No. But I mean, Jesus, he plays better on the wing, but if he wants to go because for more game time, because I mean,
if you sell Jesus, who's your striker though? You haven't got a striker in that team, do you?
No, Ferran Torres.
No,
that's why you probably only sell Jesus if you're getting Kane.
Yeah.
But you still want, I mean, it might be a bit harsh on Jesus, but he's a decent backup striker.
Yeah. But I mean, I think he plays better on the wing, but he's not a striker.
I can understand Jesus. He's done the same job for City for 2-3 seasons now. He plays up front and he bags the odd goal, but it's not. He's never gonna lead City to the Champions League final. He's never gonna get the Golden Boot in the Prem. He's never been that sort of caliber. So I can understand him wanting to go. He's not really going anywhere.
I mean, if he wants to go like that, he's the one that I'll be like, yeah, if you can go. Like, and not that I don't like him, but he's just not a striker. And he's not Aguero, and that's obviously difficult to do, but it's just not. So
Kane is your starter, and Ferran Torres and the understudy. Doesn't sound too bad, to be fair.
Yeah. I mean,
and then also, if you have Torres as the understudy, it means space for Grealish to be part of the wingers and all that kind of stuff. And also, if you have Grealish, it means that De Bruyne technically can have a rest every so often.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Perfect.
But I mean, like I say, it's whether those 2 transfers happen, I don't know. But we desperately need to sign some sort of striker if we're not getting Kane. Because I mean, I know the idea might be we just get Grealish and play a false 9 again and play Torres, when we or Jesus when we need them. But I mean, like I say, even Grealish apparently he's having second thoughts. So we still need to sign an attacking player. And I don't think we can play false 9 all next season because you can't afford to do that.
You need to have options, formation options. You can play that false 9, but you can't. We've fall under that strategy when we won the Prem, when we were just doing the same thing, front 3 up front on the counter attack. Teams just sit back and they counter you. You need to be able to mix things up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
that's the same with Chelsea as well. With that the new formation, like we do need to be able to play 4 at the back against certain teams. Because, obviously, it's worked playing 5 at the back, but that can't be the solution to every game. Because, we lost 5-2 to bloody West Brom with that formation, and then we tried to change to 4 at the back and we conceded 2 more goals.
As well, you need certain players to be able to switch. You have to look at the squad instead of the first 11. You know,
Yeah.
but players like Firmino give you options for that to drop. So some of the best football I've seen Liverpool play is when you have Jota up front, Salah, Mane, and Firmino just in behind. You have that front four, and it's just, nothing came of it in the end. But I just remember watching the first 50 minutes of the first time I'd seen them play that formation. It was absolutely filthy. Honestly, it literally.
Yeah, you wouldn't bloody show up about it.
Yeah, no, that front four is sexy, but it's not sustainable though.
Well, yeah, it leaves you quite open on the defense, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's why we bring Jota on so late on in the game. Oftentimes Firmino comes off as well, but just to switch up that performance and get some extra legs in makes a massive difference.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
Also, have you seen the 100 mil for Rice at West Ham? I've slapped onto him. Think that's a bit too much money for him?
Yeah, I'd say 80 million is probably fair for a young English starter as well now. I'd say you're looking at 80. 100 is a bit of a push. He's not a star yet. He doesn't bag that much, and he's not Kante either.
I imagine Bryce with Kante.
Well, yeah, I think Calvin Phillips looks quite attractive. I'd say.
No, I think Calvin Phillips would be really hot money right now.
Yeah, if I was Leeds, I'd be desperate to keep hold of him. I'd say he'd probably go for.
I'd say about 80 mil as well, just because Rice has been around a little bit longer.
Yeah, I'd say you might be able to get Calvin Phillips a little bit cheaper than Rice, just because it's Leeds, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And it's his first season in the Premier League. You can't judge him from one season in the Premier League and one tournament, really. But the reason that 100 mils on Rice is because of the tournament. So I guess maybe you can. I don't know.
Actually, I was just thinking as well. We've forgotten a team whose Cameron isn't here. Arsenal has been making quite big moves in the market.
They have, haven't they? They've signed a left back and a CDM, but both very young and obviously more future stars than anything in particular. But I was reading this article today about Arsenal, and their desire is to get Odegaard or someone similar, Ben White, who I think they're going to get, and it was someone to partner. What's his name? Thomas Partey. And I do think if they get those three signings along with the youth that they've got bring in, then there definitely will be I wouldn't say they challenge in top four yet, but I do think they'll be much more threatening side and definitely be top six if they can get those three signings.
I think when I see that Arsenal team, I always see the youth as like the youth for me has always been better than the older players. Aubameyang, Bellerin, all these aging players, they just need to be shipped out and moved on.
They do.
Every time Arsenal make a young signing, they seem to do well. You got Tierney at the back. You got Saka, who's playing really well at the moment. There's one Smith Rowe. Yeah, there's
Martinelli.
You've got all these promising names that sound. They're attractive footballers at the moment, and they're playing well. They'll go for a lot on the market at the moment. I'm sure a lot of clubs are looking at a lot of those players. I think Maitland
Niles, Willock.
The midfielder you just mentioned.
Willock.
No, the before.
Maitland Niles.
Party.
No. There's one more Arsenal player that Leeds were looking to sign.
Emil Smith Rowe.
Smith Rowe, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Leeds want him for.
No, he's. I think it's confirmed now. He's staying at Arsenal for the next season.
Villa put in a couple of bids for him, didn't they?
Yeah. Villa not Leeds. Yeah, I'd be making as many young signings. Obviously, you want to keep players around, especially like someone like Lacazette that can, help these younger players grow up. But Aubameyang, he's just had an absolute stinker of a season. Just ship him.
I'd almost say keep Lacazette, not Aubameyang, just because one, Aubameyang will be on much higher wages. Yeah. Two, Lacazette is well known for being the father figure to a lot of the younger.
Yeah, and he's French as well. You've got that French link up. A lot of good young French players at the moment in the market.
I think Aubameyang's Gambian French, I believe.
It doesn't count.
Well, I think he just decided to stick with his home roots, though. But I think he lived in France most of his life. But yeah,
French.
But I think Lacazette would be a better keep, and I think I'd be interested to see if Cam would agree with us on that. Just because I know Cam's mentioned before that Lacazette's the father figure to a lot of the youngsters, and obviously gets along with them quite well. I mean, did Lacazette score more goals this season than Aubameyang, possibly, or a similar amount?
Probably.
Well, he's been in Jack's fantasy team, surely.
Oh yeah, do you remember when Jack for some ridiculous reason put Lacazette into his fantasy team one week, and then he got like 2 goals and an assist, and it's just like there was absolutely no reason for him to do that.
I think he did that but he did it for the next week when he scored 2 goals, but then he scored another goal the next week after, so he still got points for a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, talking of young players, I mean, you can introduce it after if you want, but I mean, you've already said it. But are you actually?
I've got to mention the FPL now, haven't
I? Have you started it yet?
No, I'm gonna be. I just watch the space, watch the Twitter, watch the Instagram, everyone. This week, I think actually I'm just gonna put in my notes now. We are gonna sort out the FPL league, and it's gonna be banging. Little teaser for everyone as well. There's possibly some new merch dropping very, very, very soon. So that will be involved in the prize at the end. The prize is an item of merch of your choosing. And obviously the credit of being all of us who think we know what we know about football. But clearly we don't, because I bet none of us are going to win the FPL.
I mean, I'm nominating my mate to do it because I can't be arsed with it, mate.
So is he gonna give you the merch if he wins?
No, he can keep it. But he won the league he was in last year, so last season. So
okay.
Well, unless he just has a stinker this season, but should be all right.
Well, we'll get that sorted. I'm gonna try and get that sorted ASAP actually. And yeah, that's supposed to be fun. And yeah, little sneak teaser for anyone that's watched this far. Fab, we can actually we'll show you after the podcast what me and Ben have done before, just made. I quite like it. It's quite clean. Huh?
I'll leak it on the internet.
No, please don't.
Sneaky photo.
Actually, no, yeah, do.
All the Twitter likes.
Up the hype and stuff. But yeah, no.
Put that.
FPL, sweet.
I was just going to talk about. Because I was saying about young players, City being linked with that Nuno Mendes, the young left back from Sporting, because we need a left back. And Fabrizio Romano said that we're interested, but we're not willing to pay the 50 million transfer fee. So it's whether they'll come down to like 40 or 30 or whatever. But like with Mendy, I think Mendy's going to leave after. Because he's only got 1 year left on his contract. So are they going to sign like Nuno Mendes or another left back this summer or next summer? So yeah.
Fair enough. Is there anyone else you think City are going to try and nab or sell?
Not that I'm aware of.
For you.
It's just Chelsea to do now. Chelsea. Like I know it's.
I'm going to bed now. I don't want to hear this. So.
I know it's not going to happen, but you were linked with Chiesa.
The 100 mil for Chiesa.
I mean, I don't want to bring it. Remind you of the Euros, but he was quality. Like that's what I mean. Like he kept Sicily in the game in that final. Like in the first half, especially and second half. Early second half, even second half. But that's why I think he should have got player of the tournament early. But he was quality throughout the tournament. Fantastic player. Yeah.
Just wanted to chuck that in there.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously you got the Haaland stuff as well, but I'm not aware of like other stuff except those two, or outside of those two, anyway.
Yeah, well, we're obviously not going to get Chiesa. He's been denied. What else was there? Chelsea, Haaland. I mean, I have no idea if that's happening. He's gone to Crystal Palace, which is a bit of a Tomori 2.0 scenario. Although apparently we can sign Gurhi. We can basically match anyone who wants to buy him, if that makes sense. So let's say Arsenal put a bid in 2 years' time for 40 mil because he's that good now. We can then just go, okay, we want him for 40 mil, and because we matched him in the contract, they have to give him to us rather than Arsenal.
Okay.
So they've got that, and we also have obviously like the sell-on clause where if he gets sold, we get a percentage and stuff like that. But maybe this Palace is becoming Chelsea 2.0. They've just got Billy Gilmore on loan, Gurhi. They want to sign Trevor Chalobah.
You went Norwich, Gilmore.
Oh, Gilmore went Norwich. That's a good point. Trevor Chalobah. Crystal Palace want Trevor Chalobah. Lewis Baker has just gone to who's that? He just went on got sold. Lewis Baker, Chelsea Academy graduate, has just gone to Leeds. Leeds have just signed Lewis Baker, who was, I remember about 2 seasons ago, everyone was raving waxing lyrical about him, how good he's going to be, and then I haven't heard from anything about him for 2 years, and he's now sold to Leeds. But we have 33. We had a 33-man squad start preseason with I think 7 or 8 starters. So we've got a lot of trimming to do. I think Bakayoko's going to go. Drinkwater better bloody go. Zappacosta has to go. I think Loftus. We spoke a little about Loftus-Cheek. I hope he stays, but that's more of I'm a Chelsea fan who wants to see one of my favourite youth products do well, more than I think he will necessarily be good enough. But we don't know. But no, to be honest, Chelsea's pretty stagnant right now. All we're doing is selling players for a bit of dosh, which I think a lot of Chelsea fans thinks is in preparation for a big signing coming up soon. Oh, well, maybe 2. I don't know what you guys think.
I mean, it all comes down to whether Chelsea are willing to pay that 150 million. Really, they're saying we're not going to let him go unless it's 150 million. So,
on that, today I saw loads of articles saying that we're going to try and put Werner in the deal. So we're trying to sack. Apparently, we're trying to sell Werner.
Try and sign Werner right now. I'm sorry.
That'll take it down to 140 mil then.
Yeah.
Knock off a couple quid.
Like they're not gonna go. Oh yeah, that sounds like a quality deal. That.
Tell you what. We'll give you an extra 10 million, and if you take Werner as well.
Yeah. No, we'll do the 150 million, and you get Werner. We'll give you the 150 million, but we just want to get rid of this guy. So just take it. I don't know about Tammy actually. I don't know if he's going to go or not. But I think I've seen so many things where if all these sales that we're hearing and all that kind of stuff, we're going to have just almost 100 mil or a little bit more depending on who sells. Just from this transfer window.
I mean, they might accept Werner because he did well in the German league with Leipzig, but I can't see them taking off much of the transfer fee with.
You get rinsed if you sign Werner right now. The best thing for him to do is stay at Chelsea.
Yeah, and he could it's the whole debate with Werner is, yes, he can't score a goal to save his life, but it's his work rate's fantastic. His positioning is always really good. He gets in the right position every goddamn time, but he just can't finish.
It's going to be like Morata in the World Cup. He messes up, and then he works really hard. He looks really good, and then he'll score. He'll score a goal that's like semi-important, semi-not important,
Yeah.
and then he'll just mess it up even more by missing a really important penalty. Might not be exactly that, but that's the storyline for Werner. I can just see it. I can see Morata in his eyes, and that's not a good thing.
Basically, Werner's just become Morata 2.0 since joining Chelsea.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is
He
unfortunate.
good, and then he starts missing.
Yeah. Well, also, if we do sign Haaland, he is not getting the number 9 shirt. Please, Chelsea, do not give him the number 9 shirt, because all of our number 9s since like 2000 have been so bloody bad. There's a curse. Like Shevchenko was number 9. He was really bad for. Well, wasn't really bad, but he wasn't himself for us. Flo wasn't. That was before. Like there was so many number 9s we've signed. Morata, like Tammy Abraham's now going to go. He got the number 9 shirt. Don't give Haaland number 9, please. I'm not that superstitious, but anyway.
You should just retire the shirt number at this point.
Oh God, we should. It's just get rid of the curse.
I think you should get Hazard back, to be fair.
Well, I saw an article just before this saying Hazard's wants to leave Real Madrid or something. But then again, a month ago he said he doesn't want to leave Real Madrid. So like, it's
I know
it's not worked out for him
Bale.
at all.
Huh?
Really?
Play some goal for Bale. Quite fun.
Yeah, that's probably how he put it on the weight. You just went golf him a Bale.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of gaining weight, ex-Chelsea player again. You see Willian?
Oh, God.
Yeah. You look like my dad's beer belly.
He's got more of a beer belly than me as a student who didn't do exercise for a year because of COVID. And all I did was drink beer. He's got more of a beer belly than me.
Cam was saying it is. I mean, we were saying with Cam on another podcast.
The Golden Show.
Yeah. That he's,
Shout out to the Golden Show.
He was happy that. Well, he was like relieved that like he's supposed to be going, and David Luiz. So it's not like you're keeping him. Which if they had been, like, imagine him seeing that and going, oh, we're keeping him. He's going to be our winger next season. Like, it's just awful, really. So, yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I mean,
brilliant business from Chelsea. I think actually those two, brilliant business from Chelsea. Offloaded Luiz and Willian to just be stinking to Arsenal.
Yeah, I mean, what you're saying about Chelsea, like selling players, like City are doing something similar. Like they've sold, I think they recently sold a youth player, Lucas Nemecha, for 11 point something mil to Wolfsburg. So they're racking up a bit of a transfer budget, probably hopefully for the gain or Grealish. You never know.
You never know. That's the thing. I think a lot of these purple shows in the next few weeks will just be, we are guessing here. We don't really know. Liverpool,
you heard it here first.
Little thought we could do our FPL teams in a purple show at some point, which could be interesting. But is there anything else you guys want to cover?
Someone's going to steal my ideas.
Okay, sorry. Well, maybe not then. If Fab's feeling a bit upset.
I'll give you a fake team, and then I'll put my real team out.
Maybe you do them before the podcast, and then you reveal who you've picked.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Like not like do it in the podcast.
You have.
But like you do it before the podcast.
I'll think about it. I'm going for this dog.
I mean, you would have to make a pact before it that you wouldn't change your team based off someone else's team, like before the.
Yeah,
first,
but then no offense, guys.
Yeah,
but I will.
Match day.
Like what if like Robertson gets a lot of
bin it then.
I want to swap him out for someone.
Bin it then. Bin it.
Well,
I'll do a pretend team if you want to.
Pretend team.
Oh yeah, Willian.
Yeah. Someone will just put the worst team possible. Oh dear. But if anyone has any ideas for us, we will obviously take them happily. Leave a comment. That again helps the channel as well, helps the video. We want to get that 900 subs by the end of August, the end of our summer, before we go back to uni in September. Well, everyone but Ben. No, sorry. But anything else you guys want to cover?
Yeah.
I don't know if I mentioned it, but Mbappe to Liverpool.
Okay, cool.
Just one more time.
Just one more time. Sweet. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. This was the Blue Podcast, and this was specifically the Purple Show. Do subscribe if you're new around here. Like if you enjoyed the video. Twitter at the Blue Podcast 1, Instagram at the Blue Podcast 1, and check out our merch. I am not just reading the banner at the bottom, but thank you very much, guys. And this will be the 4th in a row, hopefully, show if everything's going to plan. So big moves on the channel.
Don't believe you.
Yeah, I know. And then we should have the Sky Blue Show second episode out tomorrow for everyone watching it. Tomorrow, 6 p.m. Sky Blue Show.
Surely
Monday,
not.
6 p.m.
Surely
Apparently happening. You know, it's big moves on the channel, guys. Big moves.
not. I'll have
in a
to
bit,
keep my
guys.
notifications on.